All right, everybody, welcome to One Nation, a Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and thank you for joining us on this Monday, December the 11th. Just a few more days till Christmas, right? I know you guys got everything ready to go and you got all of your gifts bought, you got everything taken care of. I'm just trying to reassure you. We just got back from Colorado just this last weekend. We went up and spent time with Katie and Jay. Of course, you know Katie's the photographer for Sports Soccer Magazine, and Jay, my son-in-law, he is a writer and he helps coordinate things, asks questions, does all that. We went up to Colorado to spend a week with them. Went up to the Grand Mesa and cut down a Christmas tree. They had 5 feet of snow up there. 5 feet. I literally waded in to my waist to try to get to a tree. It was crazy. They can have that snow there. I'm perfectly fine with what we have here. Uh, anyway, we got a great program tonight. We got Nehemiah Hamilton from the Capital City Cavaliers, and we're going to ask Nehemiah quite a few questions. And uh, Just a great young man. I know you're going to be uh, just blessed by hearing his story. We're going to talk about his article, which was in Sports Soccer Magazine, the November December issue. And we've got that out, and it's in the newsstands right now. We've got it in a couple grocery stores. You can get it online. And here's our guy, Nehemiah Hamilton of Capital City Cavaliers. Look at that smile. He's awesome. Um, all right. Without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring him on here, and we'll get started. Nehemiah, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Uh, you just got off of practice from what you told me.
Yes,
Just
sir. Just got out of practice.
just winding down a little bit now, right?
Yeah, we got a game tomorrow, so just get
Okay.
going over a few things before we play.
Yeah. Where you guys playing?
We're playing at Hickman tomorrow.
Okay. That's going to
First
be a pretty,
conference game, big game going up.
yeah, very big game. Well, good.
Yeah, they start to set the tone.
Well, hey, we had a lot of fun coming out to Capital City and doing your photo shoot and then sending out questions and stuff. And as I was talking to you before the program a little bit, this is one of my favorite shots right here. I love that shot of you with the shadow in the background. It's almost like almost Jordan-esque. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Hey, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your passion for sports and that kind of developing at a young age? Why don't you share that with us?
Yes, I started playing basketball and just football at a young age, like maybe I want to say 4 or 5. It's just playing. My mom put me in a lot of programs like the YMCA, Upward Basketball League, and just a lot of travel ball and flag football as well. And just as I got older, I just continued to play and just continued to just know that I wanted to continue playing in college. So I just kept going and just kept going.
Yeah, that's good. So, what are so? This is I'm already asking questions off a script. So, did you try? Have you tried any other sports? I mean, you've done football and basketball. Were there any other sports that you tried and you thought, I'm going to move on to something else?
No, I never really tried. But I've been recently thinking about I should try some baseball. I think I like watching play baseball and playing baseball for some playing
Hmm.
like the video game baseball. But I wish I would have tried baseball, but I never got to try it.
Yeah. If you would have played, what position you think you would have played?
I think shortstop. I like to play shortstop on my career when I'm playing MLB The Show.
There you go, sir. That was my favorite position because that's where all the action is right there. I
Yeah.
loved it. All right. Why don't you go ahead and let's start. Tell us a little bit about football at Capital City. What were some of the highlights during your career there?
Last year, playing. That was my first year on varsity. Just getting a lot of time on varsity. I just had a lot of fun and just spent a lot of time with those guys outside of the football field and while we were playing football. And then in this year, we went to the district championship. That was pretty big. First we did a lot of first things at Capital City, like getting the first programs win at Cap City's home field, and then making it out, getting the first district win. That was big
Hmm.
for us as well. And then hopefully those guys can continue to grow it and continue to get more and further into the playoffs next year, hopefully.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool being able to set the tone for the generations to come. So, we do have to quickly say here, your mom popped on and she said, "Don't forget about gymnastics and karate." Okay.
I forgot. I actually forgot about those two.
There you go. Thank you, Mom. As we appreciate their comments there. And again, in the comments, if anybody has any questions or comments that you want to put in here during this program, feel free to do that, and we'll see if we can get them on there. All right. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the positions that you played on offense and defense and why you like those?
I played running back. You know, I play running back and I play on offensive end. I play running back and then defensive end. I play safety. For offense, I like we run the ball a lot. So yeah, it's a big thing. I like to run hard, and I like to run people over, and I also like to hit people. So that was being a safety, staying in coverage and just being able to see and just being able to be a communicator on the field. That's like a huge part in why I play safety on the defensive end. And just we had another running back, Jalen Thomas. He made it pretty fun playing the offensive end. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you guys did such an outstanding job, and I know it had to be a great atmosphere. And let's see, we got a comment I think from your grandma. Is it Doris Bird and Sauce
Yes.
World Petty Thompson? I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, I don't know. I
Sauce
don't know what
World
that means
Petty
either.
Thompson. All right. All right. What will you remember about your football teammates and playing for the Cavaliers? What will you remember most about that?
Just that we never gave up and that we always played to the end of the whistle. Like that battle game, that's like when we was down and we ended up winning that game ultimately. And just the fight we had, that's like the one thing I always remember, just the fight
Hmm.
we had.
It's quite something being able to be the first in a lot of different things, and I know you guys are going to be able to hold on to that quite a bit. So, okay, so Cassandra just let us know that Grandma Doris is tagging people to join live. So, thank you, Grandma.
Oh,
Sorry about
okay.
that. We were just at a loss. We wanted to make sure we weren't missing anything there. So, uh, tell us a little bit about that new stadium and what that was like. Because for a while, you guys had to share the Jeff City Jays stadium. What was it like having your own?
I thought it was pretty big for us, just being able to play at home in front of the high school. You know, just and ultimately just being able to call that place home and not be having to call the J Stadium home and
Hmm.
just having those fights over social media with the JC football guys and who won and just we just being able to have a place to call home. That's ultimately that was the best thing.
Yeah. This is another question I didn't put on here, but why don't you talk a little bit about the rivalry between both Jeff City and Helias? I mean, we've got three really good teams right here in Jeff City. Actually, four, including Blair Oaks.
Yeah, the rivalry between those are always going to be like hard fought games. Always going to be a lot of there's going to be trash talk throughout the week when we upcoming playing them and then on the field ultimately, And then I'm not sure if they're going to. We got to see Helias twice, so I thought that was pretty fun. Being able to play those guys twice and getting a
Hmm.
second opportunity. But I mean, it's just going to keep the rivalry's just going to keep getting better throughout the years. Just as it's former since we only been here for keep getting better, and we're going to be able to get more wins on our hands.
Hmm. Yeah, very good. It's a lot of fun being able to. I know at the very first when the program started, wins were kind of hard to come by, but now that you guys jumped up to there and were able to compete for district championship, I mean that was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think it was spectacular to be on the field and witnessing it too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how the fans were and what was that experience like at home games?
I mean, at home games, they always showed out and they were always cheering for us, and even when we were down, they were still cheering. And I think that's what gave us fight. Not wanting to lose in front of those, having to go back to school and them talk about us losing. That's probably like the biggest thing. Not wanting to, not wanting to be like the 1-7 team. Just wanting to be able to come back to school and be able to talk about how we won and just talk about the
Hmm.
good things we did.
Yep. It feels a lot better walking down the hallways when you got that stuff happening, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It didn't feel good when we were 1-7. So
Yeah. But one of the things that I think that probably just from what I notice is I've been in the school at different times and interacting with um, the athletic department as well as some of the different faculty is that the faculty and the coaches and everybody that's involved there were just seem to be really encouraging. So I'm sure even when it was the leaner and the more difficult times, they were probably trying to help build you guys up, encourage you to keep moving on.
oh yeah, for sure. Especially Coach Carter. He was the most encouraging. Having guys come out, like including myself, like talking to me, just getting me to come out.
Hmm. Very
He,
good.
he's a good one.
Well, there's a few people that are pretty proud of you. You got Grandma Doris said, "We're so proud of you, Nemo." So putting that up there, and then
Not the nickname.
yeah, and then we've got Cassandra Hodge. She said, "So proud of you, Nehemiah." So not sure. We've got a little bit something's happening with the audio, but we'll just keep working through that. Not sure what's going on with that, but we'll keep going. Uh, Tell us about the fans in basketball and a little bit of a different atmosphere with that.
Yeah, basketball fans, they're on the court. They're right next to us. Last year we were pretty up and down, so it wasn't the best. But hopefully this year we'll get them to start coming out and watching us play. And the fans really give us a boost of energy, especially when we make a good play and you just hear the crowd. They hear the crowd and chanting for us. It just gives us a big boost of energy.
It does make a difference. And it also makes a difference when you explain to us, like your mom's asking here, ask how he got the name Nemo.
Uh, I like to say I got the name Nemo, but I always used to wander off in stores,
Uh
and
huh.
I actually love watching Nemo.
Finding
And
Nemo.
I
Yep.
just Yeah, and I would always get lost in stores, and I love Nemo, so they just gave me the name Nemo.
Okay. Good. You would not know what you would never be able to guess what my nickname was because I'm not even going to make you even. Well, actually, Jay gave me my son-in-law Jay. He gave me a nickname which you could probably guess. It's Bald Eagle. So that's that one. But when I was in high school, it was Woody Woodpecker. I had red, long hair. So there's
Oh
no
yeah,
way you
red
would
hair.
know that now.
I would not have guessed that.
No. But and thank you, Lord, that we have passed that day. So that's good. Oh my! See on cue, my sister pops on here and says Woody. So there you go. Thanks, sis. All right, Nehemiah, why don't you tell us a little bit about, speaking of fans, tell us a little bit about your mom, Kirby, how much she's meant to you.
Yeah, I mean, she's meant a lot to me. She's helped me through the times when I was down. I needed some encouragement, just needed someone to go to talk to, and she's always been by my side through the bad attitudes, the learning how to be a leader, the just all of it. And it just means a lot to me that she's been there for me.
So how has she impacted you as a student, an athlete, and just as a young man?
I mean, she's impacted me by a student by just being on me and just making sure I'm in the classroom, just getting my work done, getting good grades, which ultimately, I mean, helps me become a man. Just being able to do stuff on time and being able to stay on task and just being able to lead and show others that you can do it as well.
That's important to have people supporting you. That's one of the things that I really appreciated about my mom and dad, and my sister that's on here. It's pretty funny is that they would travel to all the different games. I did football, basketball, baseball, and track, so there was always something going on. But my brother and sisters would get carted around to the games and stuff like that. So I appreciate it, sis. Thanks for being there, even though maybe you didn't want to be there all the time. But I don't know about you, but I could hear my family yelling in the stands. How about you?
I can always hear my mom, especially at a young age. I always heard her. She would always, she, especially when I got in the car, she'd always try to give me a coach pep talk and just try to tell me how I should play. And as a kid, I'd just be like, mom, you don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, I appreciate it now looking back. It's just like, she just cared a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great. Uh, you know, I can tell that she's done a good job with you and with your character, and also with what you've done in athletics, just being supportive and making sure that you had everything you needed and getting you to where you needed to be. So I know you'll look back on that fondly. I know you're doing it right now, so that's great.
Yeah.
Well, we've flown by this first part. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then we will be back in just a few minutes with the second half. And then I'm going to even add an additional segment. We're going to do our speed round, which just asks some fun little questions, and there no pressure. Do not hang up on me, okay?
I got you. I'm not.
All right, we'll be back here in just a moment.
CNS Business Services has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, CNS Employment Solutions, they have been our sponsor for Sports Locker Magazine, as well as One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. They have been here from the very beginning, and I just appreciate all their hard work that they've done in our community as far as helping people find jobs and employers find people that need jobs. They do a fantastic job with that right here in mid-Missouri. So if you know anybody that fits that criteria, that needs a job or is looking for employees, make sure you contact them at CNS Employment Solutions. Also, we have our other sponsor on the program is Big Whiskeys, and they do our Coach of the Issue. And I want to bring up our Coach of the Issue. This issue is Carrie Morris from Calvary Lutheran. And we just appreciate the Big Whiskeys making sure that we give recognition to coaches. And I know that Nehemiah is going to do that here shortly about some of his coaches and people that have had an impact on him. But we really appreciate our coaches, athletic directors, all the different people that help make sports available for our young people right here in mid Missouri, helping to give them the best opportunity that they can to compete and to be able to get where they need to go and have the equipment that they need. And most importantly, encourage and being mentors to them. So thank you to all the coaches. All right, we've been having a great interview with Nehemiah Hamilton, and we're going to get back with that right now. And he's doing an outstanding job. Nehemiah, so we've gone through the first half, and here we're going to jump on into the second half. Tell us about basketball and why that's been your favorite sport.
Basketball's been my favorite sport because I can going into the gym. I can just forget about everything and just freely just show my emotion on the court and just be there with my teammates and just have fun while I'm playing and not think about anything and just have fun. Just be a kid out there.
Okay. That's good. So, your career on the court, what's that look like from year to year, basically starting with high school?
As a freshman, I would consider I was varsity, but I waited my time. Played a little JV, and then sophomore year, same thing. Junior year was my first like action where I got a lot of action, and like I played a lot of minutes. It was real up and down for me. Just just learning how to be a leader and just on the court, and then just the game coming to me as well. And then this year, I just want to win this year. So it's just all about winning to me. If I gotta, whatever I gotta do to win, I'll do it.
Hmm. You were telling me a little bit before we started the program that yeah, right now you're trying to get into basketball shape after getting out of football. What's that look like? Tell everybody why that's so different.
I mean, because football, you get a lot, like I would say like maybe 10, 15-second breaks in between every play. Basketball is just like up tempo, up tempo. You can't nonstop. You get caught lacking one time. There's 2 points, 3 points. So it's just real way more faster and less breaks in the game.
Hmm.
Otherwise than football when it's just one play, 20 seconds, another play, 20 seconds.
All right. Tell everybody what position you play in basketball and what your role is.
I play point guard, and I would like to say my role is to get others the involved and get other shots, and then I can I create off for myself. But the big thing for me is just getting others involved. And, if others are finding their shot, it opens the game up for me.
All right. Well, that's a perfect segue into our next question. Tell us about your teammates and what kind of chemistry have you had with them, and what are you trying to develop with that this year?
I'm just trying to develop that. I'm gonna get them the ball. I'm trying to get them the ball anyway, and just I just want to set the tone of playing hard and just getting it. We gotta stop the other team on defense first before we can play offense. So it's just the defense, communicating with them that defense is the main priority, and the offense is gonna always come.
Hmm. Okay. Very good. Well, now we're going to get into some of the details as far as how coaches have helped develop you. Tell us a little bit about Coach Darren Young and what you really appreciated about his time that he was with you and how he impacted you. And we'll get to the next coach here in just a second. But what did he mean to you?
Yeah, he meant a lot to me. I mean, he was the big part of me, like being a leader. He really harped on me doing the little things, like being in the classroom, being on time and stuff, and ultimately like being up and encouraging while we're at practice, encouraging the guys when stuff wasn't going my way. I think that's a big part of being a leader. Just keep your head up when stuff's not going your way. Even though I had like I mean, we had I got in trouble. I got in trouble a few times, but it's just that really like set it straight for me that like I really need to like focus and stop doing what I was doing and just be a leader.
Well, that especially as a senior, that really jumps on you guys. And I'm going to say, even adding to that, you've got a new coach this year, Coach Ryan Fick, and he came over from Blair Oaks, and they were very successful there with Coach Fick. Um, I know I know him from playing church league basketball. I did pretty good as far as recruiting people. I recruited some good ball players, and Coach Fick was one of my ball players, and I fed him the ball. Let's make sure that he had it. Tell us a little bit about him,
I just
and
can't
you're
see
just
him play
learning about him.
basketball.
You can't see him?
uh, no, I just can't see him play basketball. No, I mean, I, he likes to keep the game simple, and from what I'm learning, he likes to keep it simple and play fast, but not too fast when we're turning the ball over. He's very particular about the drills we do, that the stuff that we're doing in the drills that we're working on stuff that we're gonna be doing in the game, which I think is really good for
Well, good. Hey, we've got Sauce World Petty Thompson. He jumped on here and said, "Nephew."
us.
Hey, thank you for joining us. All right. We also have Tiara Lewis McWilliams, and she said, "Congratulations."
Thank
And
you, thank you.
yeah, and I'm going to just quickly say what my sister said. You were very good, Kirk. Thank you, sis. All right. I appreciate that. I'll take it anytime I can get it, being as old as I am now. I'll go ahead and take that. What has been probably I guess you would say, because you've got two different coaches that you've had there. What's been the difference in the style of play?
I think Coach Vic really wants to. He doesn't. He would like to get stuff in transition. If we don't have to run a set, he doesn't really want to run a set. I mean, Coach Young, he we had a lot of sets that he wanted to run and to get shooters open, just those kind of sets. I think Coach Vic just wants to get it in transition. If we don't get it in transition, then we can run a set, or we can just play freely and try to drive and kick, try to get easy shots.
Hmm. Good, very good. Um, in your article, you also talked about some other people who've impacted you along the way. Tell us about your fifth grade teacher, Joni Henderson, and your AAU coach, Anthony Johnson. If you would talk a little bit about the two of them.
Yes, my fifth grade teacher, I would say I had a really bad attitude when I was in elementary school. I don't know what it was, but she really like took me in and just she was always there for me. I mean, she's still there for me till this day, just talking to me, making sure I'm all right, making sure I'm doing good in school. You know, it's just having somebody like an extra person that was there for me that was not my mom meant a lot.
That's good. I know your mom appreciated that too. She put her name on there too, so that's great.
Yeah.
Um, Now,
Yeah,
talk about Anthony Johnson a little bit with AAU coach.
yeah. My coach from when I was, I'm gonna say he was always trying to get me when I was like fifth grade, and then when I got to middle school, that's when my mom supremeship, and he was there for me. He taught me, he took me and just taught me drills. Just told me I was gonna become a point guard, and just taught me point guard skills. And was there for me when I had a rough night. Somebody to talk to me about basketball.
Hmm.
And I mean, he's been doing good with that program, and I'm excited to see where he goes with his Columbia Supreme because he has a lot of girls team, and his girls teams are pretty good. So I'm just
Mm,
excited to see where that program goes when after our 17 year.
okay, good. Now, tell us about athletic director Robert Nasoki. Tell us about him.
Mr. Nestakia, yeah. I mean, when I was a freshman, he, we have had a lot of talks with him just about life and just about how becoming a leader and just especially about his because I really like in the future I want to do what he does like being an
Hmm.
AD. So I've just talked to him about that and just how that works. Just had a lot of meaningful conversations about just life in general. And that just means a lot to me that I can go to my AD and just talk to him about life whenever
Yeah,
I need to.
he's a great guy. We get to interact with the athletic directors when um, we'll reach out to them and we'll say, hey, we need a student athlete the for in this case July, August, September, October, and then the November, December issue. And so they'll get us the three student athletes for that, and then we get to come in. We do the photo shoots like we did with you. We I think we do somewhere around 44 to 50 photo shoots in a 3 to 4 day period. So uh,
And that's a lot.
I appreciate them helping us to be able to make everything go so smoothly, and it always goes really well at Capital City. So um, I appreciate the fact too that they try to make sure that they select student athletes that are good representation of the school and what they want to project. And so you can be proud that they selected you to be able to do that. So well done, well
Yeah,
done.
it's pretty big. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Now, why don't you tell us about siblings and other family members? What do they mean to you and how they impacted you in your life?
My brother Nigel. I mean, we starting to get like a good brother bond. In early stages, it was just wanting to fight each other and just, oh, I hate you. But now we're starting to love each other a little more and just being there for each other, which is good. I'm gonna always be there for him. And then my sister, I got a sister. She's on my dad's side. I don't see her that much, but I still love her a lot. And just
Yeah.
always there for her, always giving her a call. And then my family, they're all the family events, just give them the random calls. That means that all means a lot. The trips, all that stuff just means a lot to me, and I really appreciate everything that they've done for me, and I love them a lot.
Yeah, that's good, and it's good that you're letting them all know that right now. And I was the oldest of four, and so I had a brother that was a year younger than me. He passed away in 2012, and so
Sorry to
for
hear
me
that.
that's very, um, it's very important to be able to let people know, take advantage of every opportunity that you have. And, my sister that's watching on the program tonight, I can remember when she was a freshman, I was a senior. Yeah, that wasn't the best of deals because as the older brother, I knew everything that was going on, and I know that she probably didn't appreciate that I was there and was tattletale or whatever. But um, I absolutely love her, love my other sister, and we get along great. And I'm thankful that they've forgiven me for just being that annoying older brother. So that's great. Let's see. All right, we got from Cassandra. She said we love being your village. So that's great. Thank you, Cassandra. That's good. All right, we've got, let's see, a couple more questions here, then we'll get into the speed round. What are your goals for your senior season in basketball? You got started. What are some of
um,
your goals?
some of my goals, ultimately, I just want to win. Get our first district win. Being able to make it out the district first round of districts would mean a lot to me. Uh, and then really just I want to have a winning record. Just I want we haven't accomplished that at CC for basketball. So that's the big main goal for me, just having a winning record. Whatever I got to
Hmm.
do, whatever Coach Vic asks me to do, I'm going to do. If that involves winning, I'm going to do it.
Awesome. I know he will appreciate that, and he will definitely feed off of that. Alfonso from St. Louis, he said, "We love you from St. Louis." So again, thank you
I
guys
love you too.
for jumping in and adding stuff. Mom says we know he wants to win. All right. You probably don't want to win in board games and stuff like that either, do you?
You said what?
Board games, stuff like that. I mean,
Oh,
you got to win in
I'm
that.
actually a very competitive guy.
Yeah,
I'm getting into spades. I really like spades. I
all right.
want to win every time I play.
That's right. That's what you do. My daughter, you know, it's kind of funny. She's 33, and we got our five grandkids, and she's teaching them uh, that it's not going to come easy. That she's going to try to win because I never let her win when she was growing up. And she says now I'm thankful for that. Back then she didn't really care about that. So
It always got
uh,
to be like that. It always
that's
got to be
right.
very competitive.
That's right. And competitive like your mama. That's what she said. And and then her grandma Dora said he gets that from his mom being competitive. That's great. Awesome. I can only imagine what those family dinners are like. You guys, jumping in there and say, "All right, let's go," and not holding back.
Very intense.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any plans after high school? And if so, what would you like to do?
Yes, I'm gonna continue going. I'm gonna go to college. Hopefully, I'm able to continue playing sports, whether it's basketball, football, and then I'm going to pursue my
Hmm.
sports management degree,
Hmm.
which that's going to ultimately get me to become an AD, or I can be able to become a head coach. That's that's a big one for me because helping out the younger generation and just being able to coach and being able to
Hmm.
stay involved with the game is going to mean a lot to me
Yeah.
moving
Good.
forward.
So, what's that process like? Have you started that process, reaching out to some different schools? Have different schools been reaching out to you? Tell everybody a little bit about what that process has been like as far as navigating through that.
Yeah, I've had since the football season has ended. I still haven't got my film out yet, but a few colleges have come to CC to talk to me and talk to some other my guys on the football team. Just a few, not that many. There for basketball, I'm not getting looked at yet, but hopefully after the season or during the season,
Hmm.
I'm going to get some film and just being able to start talking to coaches for basketball as well.
Very good. Awesome. Uh, what has been the biggest challenges for you, and how have you been able to overcome those?
I want to say probably my biggest challenge is just myself, just being able to get through the times where I'm thinking just bad thoughts and just being able to stay the course and just keep going to work every day, no matter even if my shot's not falling or if something's going wrong. I'm just being able to stay encouraging everybody else and keeping my team up and just being able to be there for them and just being a leader. That's what a leader is. Just being able to even when stuff's not going their way, just being able to encourage everybody else and just keep the team uplifted. That was probably the main problem in my early in the high school career,
Hmm.
but I've been able to fix that, and now I like to say I'm a leader.
Very good. And let's see, my sister said wishing you the very best. So thank you again, sis. Um, what kind of advice would you give underclassmen that are going to be following after you?
Just a lot of less talking and just a lot of listening. You know, everybody, you always got something. People always got something to say, but you just don't listen to the full story and what they're trying to tell you, and just seeing it how they see it, and not just looking at your point of view, looking at it how their point of view, and being able to see what they're telling you instead of just listening and
Hmm.
not really, it just going throughout one ear and going out the other. Just
Hmm.
really listening. Listening is the big part.
Yeah, I love that because that's a lost art. Uh, so many people are, we see, of course, ton in social media. So many people are putting out all their ideas and all their thoughts, and they're not taking time to listen. And if they would listen, they would hear um, they would hear some different things that maybe they can come back and have a discussion about. But it's all about people talking. But I agree. That's a great bit of advice. And so Cassandra says the same thing. Great advice. So good job. All right. Well, we've gone through the gauntlet of those questions. Now we're going to jump into some kind of fun questions. And let's see. I want to add this little comment here. Um, let's see. Ann Newman, she said, yes, Nemo, you definitely have grown into a leader. All right. Again, thank you guys. All right. Now we're going to have some fun. And we might have some help from some of the people that are watching. They might have some of this information, but we're going to start asking some fun questions. What is your favorite go-to meal after a game?
I want to say French fries. French fries are my comfort food.
Okay. Any particular kind of French fries or any particular brand?
Maybe McDonald's or I would say Wendy's. They have some pretty good fries.
Okay. Your mom said fries. That's good. Um, Favorite kind of ice cream?
Uh, Oreo ice cream.
Okay.
That's the best kind. You can't never go wrong.
All right. Good. If there's any place in the world that you could go, where would that be and why?
Bora Bora.
Okay. Why would you like to go there?
I just think that's like a very chill, relaxing place to go to. I mean, the ocean, the water looks beautiful, and I love to swim with dolphins.
Okay. That's That's awesome. I want to bring up real quick my daughter and son-in-law when his mom was living on the Catalina Islands. She was the head cook out there for this particular camp, and they went snorkeling out in the water, and the water was murky, and there were seals swimming around, and I was like, "What are you guys doing? That's out on the that's out in the
That's like
ocean,
in
and
the ocean.
there's great whites out there. I mean, and if you're seeing seals, there's going to be sharks around. Get out!"
Yeah, now sharks that'd be scary. I gotta be like, if I'm swimming with dolphins, I gotta be like in a cage with the dolphin.
Yeah, and seeing everything, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Grandma Dora said French fries. He gets that from his mom too. You get a lot of stuff from your mom. All right, good. All right. If superhero, if there's any particular superhero that you would say defines your attitude on the court or on the field, which one would that be and why?
Um, I would say the Flash. I like to go fast. I like to blow by and just try to get downhill. I mean, he's pretty fast, so I like to consider myself a pretty fast guy on the court.
Okay, good. Let's see. This one's always a good question, and usually mom pops in on these. What chore do you not like to do around the house?
The dishes, the dishes.
All right. Do you is there a lot of dishes, or do you sometimes fudge and get to have paper plates or anything?
When there's a lot of dishes, just a couple meals build up, and I know I'm gonna get that. Go ahead and knock them dishes out. It just I be you just
Yep, mom agreed. Dishes. There you go. Um, what's been your most memorable moment as far as maybe a place that you've gone, whether that's been traveling through AAU or just on a vacation?
for AAU wise, we just went to as I was saying, Colorado. That was like a team. We made it a team vacation after we ultimately won that tournament that we played in, and I just got to spend time with the guys one last time since we're all gonna be going off to college, and hopefully everybody continues to play basketball. And we just spent like a week with each other, just bonding, hiking mountains, just shopping, spending time in the house, playing poker. I learned how to play poker with those guys that night. It was pretty fun. And then with my family, I mean, I like this trip I just went to Texas. It was very I like to say I learned a lot when I went on this trip to Texas. It, it just learned a lot. It was I can't think of the program. I forgot it was a bunch of students from like St. Louis who got to go. They got to compete. It was fun watching them compete and ultimately
Hmm.
winning money for their scholarships.
Well, good. Do you know where was that you went in Texas? Do you remember?
Um, I want to say, do you know where TCU is located?
I mean, I know about TCU, but I can't. Texas Christian University.
Yeah, I
Where is
can't think.
that?
Yeah, I can't think about where it's from, but that's where we
Mm.
stayed and that's where it was ultimately held. I can't really think about where it is
Is it? Grandma says
naturally
Dallas.
located.
Grandma says Dallas.
Yeah, if it's in Dallas, then it's Dallas. Yeah.
Okay. We were just in Dallas Fort Worth. That was one of our layovers. So we laid over 4 hours in the Dallas Fort Worth airport.
Ugh.
It was,
Dallas airports are not that bad though. They
no.
got a Whataburger in there. It's pretty good.
Oh, see, there you go. Yeah, and they probably got some good fries too. Probably got some good
Yeah, they
fries.
do.
All right. Hey, you got a big shout out from Aunt Loretta. So thank you, Loretta, for jumping in there.
Thank you,
Uh,
thank you.
appreciate everybody's support and jumping in and joining us on the program tonight. I want to give you one more thing to say. Is there anything that you want to say to anybody, or any additional comments that you want to make?
Just thank you for having me, and just thank you for everyone that popped in through the video and giving me encouragement. And just thank you to my family as well, just for being able to get put in this position. Yeah, it's looking back, I'm probably gonna look back on it and be like, man, that's a good memory.
Yeah, that's awesome. You now here's the thing too is that this is going to be online for a long time. They can pull up anything that you've said nice about them, or these nice things that they've said about you. You can say, "You remember when you said that about me?"
Yeah, I can bring it up during the holidays.
That's right. That's right. I'm going to have you hold on here for just a moment until after the program's done, and I'll visit with you real quick. But I'm going to close this out here real quick. I really appreciate you coming on here tonight, and we had a lot of fun doing your interview with Sports Locker, and I'm glad you were able to join me here tonight. And I'm just wishing you all the success for the rest of your senior year and being able to go and do what you want to do after high school. So hopefully that works out all right for you.
Thank you for
All
having
right.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. Just hold on and I will be right back. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. We had Nehemiah Hamilton from Capital City Cavaliers. He's currently in his senior season playing basketball. And if you want to see a talented, hardworking, and fast young man, you make sure you check out some of his games over there. What a I guess I'm going to say, what an honor for me to be able to talk with young people like this. And it's just a blessing to be able to bring that to you. Hopefully, you've enjoyed it tonight. And I really appreciate all the comments that you guys have made. And make sure that you share this with your friends and family. All right. That's all we have for tonight. So, God bless you guys. And we'll see you next week on One Nation, a Sports Locker Magazine Extra. We'll see you then.